Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome to my another video in which I'm going to be continuing with basic data structure challenges and try to finish this section in today's videos. But I'm not really sure if I can do that, so let's just see. And without further ado, let's get started. So it says iterate through all and arrays at items using for loops. So iterate through all and arrays item using for loop. Right, so it says sometimes when working with arrays, it's very handy to be able to iterate through each time to find one or more elements that we might need, or to manipulate an array based on which data items meet a certain set of criteria. JavaScript offers several built-in methods that each iterate over slices in slightly different ways to achieve different results, such as every, for each, and map. However, the technique which is most common, which is most flexible and offers us the greatest amount of control is a simple for loop. Consider the following, right? So it gives us a function that takes an R as a parameter, and then it creates the new array for every index in the array. It checks if that index's value is greater than 10. If it is, then it pushes that item into the new array and then returns an array. Alright, so greater than 10, 2, 12, 8, 4, 8, 80, 0, 1, it will return 12, 14, and 80. Right, so using a for loop, this function iterates through and accesses each element of the array and subjects it to a simple test that we have created. In this way, we have easily and programmatically determined which data items are greater than 10 and returned a new array containing those items. We have defined a function filtered array, which is here, which takes an a nested array, yep, this one, and an element as arguments, which is this one here, and returns a new array. Element represents an element that may or may not be present on one or more of the arrays nested within R. Modify the function using a for loop to return a filtered version of the past arrays, such that the array nested within R containing element has been removed. Okay, so that's the element. So in each of these arrays, we need to remove this element. Okay, free here, free here, free here, free here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is start writing the code step by step. So start by creating a for loop. So let I 0 I less than the array dot length and I plus plus, and then oops, I added an additional bracket which I wasn't supposed to do. Right, so now we need to check, say this is a scenario here. Okay, I'll just copy and paste this just to show you guys. Open up my notepad. Okay, so this is our main array, and this will be our array subarray as 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, and third index. Alright, now in each of these we want to check if you have got this element here, which is the number 3. If it has, we want to remove it. Alright, so I would use, say, if statement. So I'm gonna say if this array as 0 index, so array at I, which is at the moment 0, has the index of and I'm looking for this element. Alright, so I'm gonna put 3 times equals sign, and then I'm gonna say if it doesn't have that element, which is from -1, so -1 means that it doesn't have it. Alright, then I'm gonna be pushing the entire array into the new array. Okay, and then pass it that method there. Pass it this method, so it will check here if this element is in this index. So this is the 0th index. It's not there, it will push this entire array to my other new array. Alright, cool. So let's do the check now, and if it passes, oops, where's my run or check? It should pass. Yes, that's the way it's done. Oh yes. Now let's go to the next challenge. Alright, I'll do them maybe later on this one. Right, so create complex multi-dimensional arrays. So awesome. Awesome, you have just learned a ton about arrays. This has been fairly high level overview, and there's plenty more to learn about working with arrays, much of which you will see in later section. But before moving on to looking at objects, let's take one more look and see how arrays can be a bit more complex than what we have seen in previous challenges. One of the most popular features when thinking of arrays as data structures is that arrays can contain or even be completely made up of other arrays. We have seen arrays that contain arrays in previous challenges, but fairly simple ones. However, arrays can contain an infinite depth of arrays that contain other arrays, each with their own arbitrary levels of depth, and so on. In this way, an array can very quickly become very complex data structure known as a multi-dimensional or nested array. Consider the following example. So it's got a nested array here. There's some main one, top or first level, the outermost array. Yep. So it's got deep an array within an array, two levels of depth, so first and second, and then deeper and deeper. Okay, two levels of array, 3 levels deep, 4 levels deep, and 5 levels deep. While this example may seem convoluted, this level of complexity is not unheard of or even unusual when dealing with large amounts of data. However, we can still easily access the deepest level of an array this complex with bracket notation. So it would say console logs out that this nested array 21000 logs the deepest. So what it's doing here is I think is even deeper. So and now that we know where that piece of data is, we can reset it if we need to. So 21000, these are all the indexes. Deeper still, now logs deeper still. 21000. Cool. So we have defined a variable my nested array. Yep. Set equal to an array, modify my nested array using any combination of strings or a number and booleans of data elements so that it has exactly 5 levels of depth. Remember the outermost array is level 1. Okay. Somewhere on the third level include the string deep, on the fourth level deeper, on the fifth level deepest. Right, so we need to modify this array here. Alright guys, let's begin by changing this my nested array. So in this one, this is our first level. Alright, this is our second level. So what I'm gonna do for my ease, I'm gonna forget all these arrays here because they're of no use to me and it will just confuse me completely. So create a space here. Now I want to do, so that was the first level, that was the second level, and want to create the third level within this array. So I would within this one, so I would do first level, second level, and then one set square brackets and then second set. This is my second level, third level. So I'll just copy and paste the term here, deep, and because it says that we need to display this string versus in deep on the third level, deeper on the fourth level, and deepest on the fifth level. So I would just do deep here and forget these strings because they won't do anything for us. So we have first, second, third level, and then we want to create another one. So I would do comma here. Oh, yep. So I would do say that this is the second level. This is the third level, and I would do yes, comma A, and now I'm gonna go 4 levels down, which means that I'm gonna put square brackets here. Okay, and then another set there and another one here. Perfect. That's gonna give us our third level. Deeper from here, and now we wanna create fourth level of fifth, sorry. So we're gonna do square bracket there, set square brackets, set square brackets again, and set 4 square brackets there as well. Alright, and do the same thing here, which is deepest. Alright, so this should work technically. Let's see if it doesn't. Oh no, it doesn't. Right, where did I go wrong? My nested array should contain only numbers, booleans, and strings as data elements. Yes, it has them. These ones. Why is it complaining for? I might have messed up on these square brackets, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's go over it again. I'll just bring the example to the screen. So see, this is our first one, first level, and then second level, second level. Perfect. Yep, commas there. Yep, our commas here, and then the third level is this one. Yep, third level, and then comma here, and then the first, second, third, fourth level has two square brackets, 1 2. Yep, that looks so good to me. Deepest, yep, and then it's got a comma here, and then fifth level it goes 1 2 3. Yep, deepest, and then closes here, closes that, and closes this, And then what else? Yeah, that's all. Why doesn't it work then? False, true. Let me try that again. Should only contain numbers. Put in a string as data elements. And my nested array should have exactly 5 levels of depth. Hang on, we might be missing the depth here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My nested array. Oh, alright. I think it's the quotes that we have to specify the double quotes, not the single ones. Alright, and hopefully after this it passes the test. No, why not? So I'm pretty sure all these brackets are perfectly fine, exactly where they're supposed to be, considering we've also tallied from this example here. So let me just check the end of it. Oh, hang on. Should be a comma because the object is continuing in there, so it should be comma there. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it definitely should work now. Alright, let's give it a go. Yes, finally. See guys, patience goes a long way in programming. Yeah, just never give up. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the next challenge. Right, so add key value pairs to JavaScript objects. So at the most basic, objects are just collections of key value pairs. Yep. Or in other words, piece of data mapped to unique identifiers that we call properties or keys. Let's take a look at a very simple example. Okay, that's an object here, and it's called the key username, followers, points, and completed projects, and these are the values in it. Perfect. So the above code defines an object called FCC underscore user that has 4 properties, each of which map to a specific value. If we wanted to know the number of followers FCC underscore user has, we can access that property by writing a dot notation. So let user data equals the object and then the dot notation of its property. Cool. And this would give us 572. This is called the dot notation. Alternatively, we can also access a property with brackets. Yep, like so. Perfect. So giving so if you if you if you don't wanna use a dot notation, then you can use a bracket notation. However, you have to specify the brackets and the single quotes, but in dot notation you don't. User data equals the same result, so notice that with the bracket notation we enclose followers in quotes. This is because the brackets actually allows us to pass a variable in to be evaluated as a property name. Hint, keep this in mind for later. Interesting. So this is because the property. This is because the brackets actually allow us to pass a variable in to be evaluated as a property. Alright. Okay, cool. So had we pass follows in without the clause, the JavaScript engine would have attempted to evaluate it as a variable, and the reference arrow follows is not defined. Would have would have been thrown. Using the same syntax, we can also add new key value pairs to objects. We've we've created a foods object with three entries. That's the food object, and that's its three properties: apples, oranges, and plums. Alright, and three more entries: bananas with a value of 13, grapes with a value of 35, and strawberries with a value of 25. So we need to add three values. Right, so we can do this by saying food bananas is equal to 13, and then just probably copy and paste this. I don't know if this would work, but I'm just gonna give it a try. Hopefully it works. Alright, grapes and strawberries give you a value of 35 and that one 27. Was it that way? Yes, it was that way. Cool. Oops, it won't work because I've spelled it incorrectly. It's a plural, not a singular. Alright, let's give it a crack. Yes, it works. We are rolling, guys. I'm proud of you. Just keep going. Don't give up. Your hard work is all paying off. Alright. So modify an object nested within an object. So now let's take a look at a slightly more complex object. Object properties can be nested to an arbitrary depth, and their values can be any type of data supported by JavaScript, including arrays and even other objects. Consider the following. This is a nested object, and then that's the ID, date, and then the data is an object. So it's a nested objective with total users online statues, and then another nested object within the object data is active 67 and aware 13. Right, so nested objects has three unique ID, has three unique keys: ID, whose values are numbered; date, whose value is a string; and data, whose value is an object which has yet another object nested within it. While structures can quickly become complex, we can still use the same notation to access the information we need. Here we have defined a user activity which includes another object nested within it. Okay, yep, this one. You can modify the properties on this nested object in the same way you modified the properties in the last challenge. Set the value of the online to 45. So I would say user activity and then online, is it? $45. Is that right? Let's see. No, thought so. Right, so the online property nested in the data key of user data should be set to 45. So we need to access this user dot data online. Yep, here we go. That should do it. Yay, got code them all. Oh yeah, we are an addicts, aren't we? Alright guys, this is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a lot from the mistakes I made. And yeah, if you have any comments or suggestions, please comment in the comment of this video, and I'll make sure to incorporate all your suggestions into my videos. All right, until I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, have fun coding.